we're living in the age of information, but sometimes this information can get a little bit too much, and people could be easily manipulated and misguided by, this whole information sort of bubble, if you want to call it. We live in a bubble where everything around us is information. I mean, I'm giving you information right now. So access to information has been getting easier and easier and easier as time goes by. And it's a great thing. Information is sort of the essence of life and society. But with all of this comes a great fear and a great danger, and it is manipulation. You see, with all of this information around us, it gets very easy to manipulate people. And as I'm pretty sure that you've seen this. Many people are getting banned on social media. And I'm not going to name anyone or any platform because you already know them. There are many platforms, and Elon Musk actually just bought Twitter a few days ago. So I don't know how that will play out, but I'm hoping for the best. But many people are getting banned for just giving their own opinions on things, and we're seeing these sort of big tech companies that are sort of buying out all the other small companies and creating a monopoly where they only say they only decide what you need, what you will read or will consume. So they will put out the information, and they'll do this in a manipulative manner so that young teenagers and even adults now could read this or consume this or watch this and believe in the things that they want you to believe in. For example, there are so many conflicts going on at this moment. We have the Russia-Ukraine war. We have Saudi Arabia and the USA. They have their sort of their own little war right now. We had the pandemic, and we have China, USA too. So we have all of these different conflicts around us, and we have obviously the economic crisis all over the world, and hyperinflation all over the world, and basically political unrest in the entire world. And it's hard to form an opinion once you have all of these things going on, and once you have the media just giving you the same, or not the same information, but the one-sided information over and over and over again. So if you want to be a man, and if you want to be a high value man, well, you don't go out there and you don't listen to these media. You don't consume what they want you to consume. You do your own research. That's what a man does. A man does his own research and gets to the bottom of things on his own. He doesn't seek help from social media apps, because that's not called help. That's just called pure manipulation. It's very one-sided, and it gives you sort of, I don't know, it's a weird thing. They shove all of this information in your face, and they tell you how to interpret that information and why it's important for you, and they start appealing to your emotions. Instead, if you want to be a high value man, if you want to do your own research, go ahead and read books. I mean, books are the easiest way to consume information and sort of determine for yourself and see for yourself, what's right and what's wrong. Because there are so many books out there, and let's say, I'm just giving an example. Let's say if this book is one-sided, then this book might be one-sided too, but talking about the other side. So you sort of form your own opinion, and your own, you just get wiser, you get smarter once you read books. And I'm going to give you two examples. I mean, these books, they're about, this book is called The Prisoners of Geography. It's a great book. I've read it. You know, I read it before the Russia-Ukraine war, and and it's not only about Russia, it's about the whole world and the geopolitics of the whole world. It's great, and the author actually predicted the Russia-Ukraine war. I mean, everyone sort of predicted the war, but I mean, it's scary once you read this. You know, this is a great book. And this is another book about Russia. This is about the sort of oil industry. I actually bought it yesterday. I haven't read it yet, but I'm excited to read it. I mean, it sounds very interesting and things like that. But, I mean, reading books is absolutely great. But there's just one thing that annoys me. You might sit there and you might think that, okay, if I read a book, that means that I'm a nerd. And I want you to remove that logic from your brain. Because it is better to be a nerd than to be an idiot. I'm gonna repeat it. It's better to be a nerd than to be an idiot. I saw a friend of mine, you know, maybe a week ago in school. And he was reading, I don't know, a book. I don't know what book it was, but it was just a book, okay? So I approached him and I asked him what book he was reading. And, you know, he got nervous and he told me, no, I'm not reading this book because I want to read it. My teacher gave me this book to read, and I don't know, it was sort of this homework assignment that he had. But he was repulsed when I came. He got scared because he didn't want to be seen as a nerd. And if you have this sort of logic in your brain, then you're doomed to fail in life. Because reading is one of the best things that you could do. Because, I mean, you could read articles and things on your phone, but keep in mind these articles are written from one source. I mean, I'm just going to give an example here. Let's say the New York Times or CNN or things like that. They're written by one company. Whereas books, sure, you might have books, you know, many books of the same author, but chances are that you're going to read books from this author and this author and this author and this author. So you're going to form your own opinion. But news articles, they come from one source and one source only. And they're very biased. So, if you take anything from this video, I want you to take away reading books. Books are amazing, trust me. Once you start reading books, you'll truly understand what I mean. That's it. Read books.